Welcome back to another Powerstroke Rick video. We're out here in the garage again today, and what you're seeing, Cat 1R 1807 filter. You're seeing some gaskets, some hardware, SPE, billet aluminum, oil filter housing. Again, seeing the SPE billet aluminum pan O-ring seal, 16 quarts. So that's what we're doing today, guys. So we already did an install on this on my 2015, so now we're doing it on the 2017, and that's a little bit of a longer video, and I'm not gonna film such a long video with this. I'm just gonna kind of show you guys some key points. And yeah, this truck, my 2017, will have full cat filters all the way around. 2 cat filters for the fuel system, cat filter for the oil system. And yeah, guys, thanks for stopping by. Hit that subscribe button. It's like a sore dick, can't beat it. And we're gonna get right into this. So yeah. So right now we got the oil pan draining. Got that draining for, it's probably been about a half hour now. I just let it sit there for a while. But first thing I want to make note of is the 2017 and up oil filter housing. You have both of these plugs, sensors, on the left side, to whereas my 2015, you got one on the left and then one on the right in the back corner over there. So that's just one thing to keep note of. You can't put them in wrong on the oil filter housing because they're 2 different size threads, but just keep note of that. That's a little different. So everything else should pretty much be the same. The pan should be the same, but it's one thing I want to show you guys. So we're gonna yank the filter off and drain that now. So here she is. That's how she sits, 2017, with no oil in it. That's how we're gonna leave it, guys. I want to make note of one thing though, man. I wish I had a lift, because working on this thing, stock height sucks. I mean, you know, I could use jacks and jack stands, but the blue truck, man, that thing's dialed in. It's so big you can just lay right under it. But anywho, that's what we're doing, guys. We're gonna yank that filter off now. And yeah. Oh, one thing, like I said in my last video, do these plugs days prior. They provide you thread sealant. So this plug, this is for the optional heater plug right here. This is for a turbo drain back right here, optional. And there's these 2 plugs on here, which I forget what those are for. And then these 2 are these 2 will be where the sensors are going in. So we're gonna put some thread sealant on that. And yeah, so I did this, I don't know, 4 days ago. I mean, it doesn't have to be that long of a time, but I just like to get these plugs in place, let the thread sealant cure, and then, you know, once I'm ready to zip everything on, we're good to go. But look how big this goddamn filter is, man. When I did this on the blue truck, guys, a lot of you guys were asking, I pre-filled this with like almost 1.5 quarts of oil. I mean, that's a big fucking filter. Like, holy shit. Anyway, yeah. So I wanted to do another time lapse with this. I know I have it in my other video, but just putting this O-ring in, as you can see, you know, I go all the way around. I have a little bit left over as I'm going. As Dan explains in his video, I'm kind of like scrunching it down because, again, you'll want an O-ring that is barely fits or almost smaller. You want it a little bit bigger so you could scrunch it in. So over time, when that expands, it doesn't crack or rip or anything. So that's putting your O-ring in right now. Everything's all brake cleaned up, metal surface prepped. So just wanted to show you guys that. Right now I have the filter out, and I'm just letting it drain. I'm just chilling like a villain and letting it drain. So we'll start taking all that off here in a little bit. So also, guys, I want to make note of these 2 plugs. This one right here is the one that goes right there to that one. And this one is just a pinch and pull. Now this black one, see, I'm trying not to get oil on these. This black one goes on the top, this guy right there. And this, you got to slide this plastic forward and then pinch and pull. So just want to make note of that as well. All right, guys, we got the action shot going on. And I can't really film it too good, but remember, we got 5 bolts. We got 8mm there, 8mm there, 8mm there. And then if I can get my camera back behind there, you guys can't see it, but right above that housing, there's 8 back there. And then where the harness is up there, there's a 10mm and then an 8mm stud. So don't forget about that. So, sorry guys, I know it's hard to film, but I'll show you what it looks like when it's out. All right guys, so if you could see that bracket right there, that's for the harness. So you got a 10mm nut on that, and then you gotta pull that bracket, that black bracket off right there, and then you got another 10mm stud, which looks like that. So here is the stud. Oops, sorry. So this stud goes in, the bracket up there goes on, and then the nut goes on that. So be sure to take them off, and then we'll just zip the rest of the 8mm out, and then we're done. All right, gang, she is out. So like I said, 2017, these sensors are on the same side. My 2015, one was there, and then one was on that side. So again, you got the 5 bolts. Technically 6, not 6, but this back one, this is what I was trying to show you guys. That's where the 10mm nut is. Take it off, and then you take the bracket off, and then take the 10mm stud out, and then the rest are all 8mm. So that's what we're looking up like there. Now we're gonna brake clean all that, prep everything, and then we're gonna get these sensors out, get some thread sealant on them, and get them into the new SPE housing. So thread sealant on each one of these, they only go in a certain plug or a certain hole. This one's one size, this is another size. MPT fittings, you don't got to kill them, so don't get too crazy. They should stop. And if you guys remember my other post, this bolt I said to put in because you couldn't get it in. So I'm gonna show you on the blue truck that this 2017 does have a different style sensor, and I'll show you what we're working with. I think actually on the 2017, this type of plug is on this side. Let's go find out. Yeah guys, so here's on my 2015, and we do have a different style plug on both sides. So this one, make sure you put that bolt up top in first, as I mentioned in my other video, and the 2017, you don't got to worry about it. So, yep. So we're ready to mount the filter housing up, and this is what I want the surface to look like, guys. So spray everything with brake clean. I put a couple rags in them holes just to make sure nothing gets sprayed in there. Make sure you take the rags out, make sure there's nothing cut or left in there. A little bit of emery cloth, and I just want you to clean it up real nice like that for a very good mating surface. And we're gonna put everything in, all 5 bolts. We're gonna torque them down to 100 inch-pounds, and we'll be ready to zip the pan off, which I'm excited about this pan because look at them bolts. You can see them. Look at how clean them things look. They look brand new. So I'm excited about that. I didn't have any problems with my 2015, but just saying. So again, I know you guys like some tools. What do I use? So this is kind of my setup for taking the OEM housing out. My locking flex head with a locking extension and a long deep 10 and a deep 8. I had some other various extensions and my changing head position ratchet just in case I needed it. But also, you guys know my last video, this bracket goes up over there, and to take it off I just used a pair of my LN47 ACFs, I think they're called. Anyway, just some slip joints and then a flat blade, and I kind of just pried it right off. So yep, we're ready to go back up, baby. Yes sir. So guys, we kind of ran into a problem. Not too much of a problem, but a little obstacle. And how do we want to get around it, right? So we got 5 bolts. We got, if I can get my thing out of the way, 1 here, 1 goes through here, there's 2 on top, and then there's 1 where you see my ratchet right back there. So I got my 1/4 inch torque wrench. I got my extension. So I got a 5mm 3/8, a long 5mm straight, and then I do have a 5mm ball end, right? A little longer. It's actually a little shorter than that one. Now, I don't know if you guys remember my last video. I said which ones you needed, you know, for wear. You need a long one here, short one there. Well, here's the problem we ran into is my 2017 is a, sorry for the camera shake, it's a bit different. That frame crossover right there, as you can see, I cannot get anything there. Like maybe I could try with a regular Allen key, you know, but basically that back one, 4 out of 5 are gonna be torqued to 100 inch-pounds. This one, luckily I have this 3/8, not the quick change head, but the whole head rotates on this 3/8 ratchet. I'll show you the setup once I'm done with it, but I'm able to tighten it up and snug it up as best as I can, but I just simply cannot get a torque wrench back there or anything of that sort. So yeah, so all the other 4 are gonna be torqued to 100 inch-pounds, and I know this may sound bad, but I mean, guys, other than cutting that away, if you guys see anything else that I could do, drop a comment down below. But I'm kind of at a standstill here, and I'm lucky that I have this head change and ratchet, which I'll show you the setup once I'm done. So, yep. All right, guys, so that is fully mounted up. Both sensors are plugged back in. I know you can't really see the one back there. Kind of see it, it's back there, but yeah, I'm gonna throw a wire tie up there because you had to separate the wire loom a little bit, and yeah, that's about it with that. So guys, I know not everybody has this setup, but this is exactly how I got that back one that I could not torque down. I just can't get anything in there, but I had to have it basically the ratchet up there like this with the ball end kind of at a weird angle. And originally I used my 3/8 one, but if you see the 3/8 and the 1/4 inch ones, definitely the 1/4 inch is smaller, so I just had a little 1/4 to 3/8 adapter, which that helped. So I was able to get this one in there as well, though. That's what I originally did, and it was tight. But this is what I ended up having to do. I mean, luckily I was able to tighten it down pretty good, but if you guys have any other ideas, tips, or tricks, let me know, because that frame or that cross member right there is in the way. So it's snug, it's not moving, and there is thread locker on all 5 bolts, blue thread locker. So what do you guys think? Did what I had to do. We'll see what happens. All right, guys, so the filter housing is done, and we're on to the oil pan. And like I said, these bolts look so good, man. I'm so happy. So I'm gonna break them all free with the ratchet, and then I will use the impact to just zip them on out once they're free. So, and then we'll show you getting the pan off. Well, we probably won't show you because you guys already know. You got to go around and break all the silicone seal. I do want to show you a new tool that I got for that instead of a flat blade. So we'll see how that works out. All right, guys, so all these 5mm Allens, I got them prepped with blue thread locker. And this is a tool that I'm going to try out here. So I think one guy in my last video, I forget who you were, comment below, said something about a Toyota oil pan seal breaker thing tool. I forget what the hell it was called, but I don't think this is it. This is by Lyle. I ended up finding this on Amazon, so kind of just, you know, tap it with the hammer. So we're gonna see how this guy works. It's pretty smooth. Last time I used it was just a flat blade screwdriver and a hammer, but try this guy out. Also, bolts are all out, and I left the 2 front ones in just so in case they don't fall on me when I'm breaking that seal. So yeah. All right, guys, so I got the old pan out. I didn't film any of this, but obviously, you know, you gotta scrape the old silicone off, and this is what you want it to look like, nice and clean. Nice clean mating surface. Put some rags up in here. Don't leave any rags in there because that would not be good, but this is what we're operating with. Yes, sir. Action shot from this side. That is one big ass filter. Yes, sir. It's like a sore dick. Can't beat it. All right, guys, you're seeing it. It's in. The oil pan is done. And when you guys do this, 89 inch-pounds or 10 Newton meters, 1R 1807 pre-filled, dialed in. That's full install right there. So, like I said, guys, you saw earlier, it's a little different on the 17s than my 15. So, hopefully these tips help you guys out. Thanks for watching. Hit that subscribe button. It's like a sore dick. Can't beat it. Peace. Look at that. Cat filters everywhere, baby. We don't play. Yes, sir.